report from Chattanooga. Hello, everybody. This is Steve with an immediate severe weather report from the Chattanooga Weather Desk and the Tennessee Storm Watch Center. I have a really huge concern at this point for portions of Putnam County, Overton County, as well as Salina. Been watching a serious situation evolve in the last few minutes with a very intense cell that just continues to build over parts of central Tennessee. Now, I'm going to put a video right on Tennessee Storm Watch, and I'm going to broadcast this live as I'm going to continue to watch this storm closely as it continues to evolve. Now, let me go ahead and go to the radar real quick and show the details of what's going on. There is an intense storm that has just developed over Putnam County, and as you can see right now, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, and this goes for Putnam County. And so let me go ahead and zoom in. It looks like a new warning is just now out by the National Weather Service. Let me go ahead and bring this up real quick. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Putnam County, Jackson County, and Middle Tennessee until 6 p.m. Now this storm is moving south at 20 miles per hour, and radar has indicated this storm moving through. Doppler radar has indicated 1-inch diameter hail and also damaging destructive winds. So watch out, as there could be roofs damaged and also sidings and trees removed. Now also be aware that radar has indicated some weak rotation with this storm. And so, the question is there a tornado forming within the storm path itself? It's near the Jackson County area and the Gainesboro area. Now, usually radar picks up false echoes from these storms, but you got to take things serious when it comes to small moving supercells. Any form of storm of this nature and with this size can produce a tornado at any time. Now, as you can see, the icon was a 4, and now it's developed into a 5. And so folks around Jackson County, Gainesboro there, just moving to the south near Cookville, you need to prepare immediately for this storm as it continues to develop along its way here. So watch out around Jackson County, Gainesboro, and around the Baxter area, right around Putnam County. It looks like a pretty serious storm moving its way a little bit more further off to the south. So Jackson County, Putnam County, and the areas of Baxter. Now also, it looks like the storm is moving over near Cookville. Now, just to let you know a little bit of history of this storm, I did indicate a little weak rotation on the radar earlier. And as you can see, not only did I indicate it on the radar, but now radar has indicated this system rotating and becoming pretty strong. So near Putnam County, Jackson County there, and the Baxter area, severe thunderstorm warning for you until 6 o'clock. It's currently 6:13. That means it's 5:13 Central Standard Time. That means you do have probably about 25 minutes or so as this storm continues to pass through your area. Now, this is kind of what to expect over the next several days too. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Right now, I am looking at a very powerful storm moving through Jackson County and Putnam County at this point. I will be broadcasting this live also on the Tennessee Storm Watch. But as you can see here, there's the storm itself moving through Jackson County, the Baxter area, and then, of course, now Putnam County. So let me go and get this kind of separated a little bit and see what's going on with the details of this storm. And what I want to look at right now is the base velocity, because usually the base velocity can really tell the story of what's going on in the upper levels. When there's really not a whole lot going on in the upper levels, there is a lot that's going on in the lower levels. And as you can see on the base velocity, hardly nothing really picked up from the storm. However, the upper levels have got a very strong updraft, so there could be a strong downdraft with that system as well. Just because it's not being picked up here doesn't mean it's not happening. As you can see, the severe thunderstorm warning continues there. Let me go and switch sources and go into the storm relative velocity there's a very strong signature right there that radar has picked up. But more than likely, the formation of the possible funnel cloud or tornado, if anything, would be along inside this little area where you see that little signature right there. So just a little bit south of Gainesboro, moving just off to the south, about 25 miles per hour. Radar has indicated maybe a little weak rotation. So question is, will there be a tornado warning? Hoping not, but just in case there is, you want to watch out for this damaging storm as it continues to push its way off to the south. So a very intense storm indeed, a nasty storm moving through Putnam County, Cookville area, the Baxter area. This is not a storm you want to mastermind with. I want to go ahead and post this on Facebook real quick. Hopefully we'll get some viewers in here, and as people watch this unfold, folks, this is a dangerous situation again. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect there. You can see it over Jackson County, and it's moving through Cookville. Right now, there are no other warnings that have just popped up with this cell. There's just that severe thunderstorm warning. But again, Jackson County, the Baxter area, Putnam County, radar has indicated a 1-inch hail marker too. So very good sign of large hail with this storm coming in along this area. So let me go ahead and switch the source here and go to the outer parts of the radar. As you can see, there's a good strong little pendant shape rotation there over Gainesboro. So that's another good indication that there could be some wraparound rain going, some wraparound wind flow, a very good strong outflow or very good strong inflow that is coming inside the storm. Because when you see that little pendage kind of wrap around a little bit, that's a good signal that the storm is starting to kind of wrap shape some. So around the Cookville area, Baxter area, you want to prepare immediately for this storm. This is not a storm to take lightly. Could have some damaging, destructive winds besides the possible tornado. Could have the damaging and destructive winds along with some deadly cloud to ground lightning. Now, there is no tornado warning on this cell, but what I want you to be on the lookout for is the possibility that one may develop. Radar is not leaving it out of the question. There is a 5% hood of five risk. There's the signal. Wow, there's the signature again. Again, popping up out of Gainesboro. This makes the second time this thing is starting to pop up. So it's starting to show some stronger circulation. And wouldn't be surprised once again to see a tornado warning issued for that cell momentarily. Now, I did post earlier on the Tennessee Storm Watch. I did not post on the Chattanooga Weather Desk yet of the latest tornado warning that has just now came out by the National Weather, the latest severe thunderstorm warning that is just coming out of the National Weather Service. But what I will do is continue to watch this cell as it continues to take form. Now, the threat of the TVS form has went down to a 3. So the good news is that the storm is kind of starting to weaken according to that. However, there's a very good strong signature here, so I really don't want to kind of leave off of this cell until you folks in Gainesboro, Putnam County area and around the Baxter County area is storm free from this little cell here. Now, as you can see, both icons are starting to move a little bit closer to this area. That's what I've been telling y'all about this storm as it moves off to the south. Now, let's go and review the severe thunderstorm warning. This again is for northwestern Putnam County and Jackson County in Middle Tennessee. There is now a new tornado warning. I'm not sure if that's for the Putnam County area or not. I'm expecting that maybe to take shape at any time. But as you can see, it's a very intense cell. I don't see a tornado warning as of right now. However, once again, I'm expecting that to change anytime as radar is starting to pick up a lot of good velocity here from this storm, a lot of good structure as it moves across Baxter, Cookville, and the surrounding areas. So, folks, Baxter, you have probably about maybe half an hour to prepare, and then it looks like the storm is going to make its way through Buffalo Valley. So it's a very intense storm with destructive winds. I'm talking winds that could possibly knock over strong trees, mobile home damage, also can cause weak buildings to collapse as well. This is a very dangerous storm. You do not want to be on the path. I have no reports that popped up from this storm yet. However, I am looking to see that might change any given moment. I bet storm chasers are all over this thing up near Gainesboro and the um, Jackson County area. Let me go ahead and switch real quick, and let's do a quick sweep on the spectrum width of the storm. And wow, look at that. Just another good sense that there is a little bit of rotation that's going on with inside that storm. I don't even have to actually get a little bit close to pinpoint it to you. You can see for your own self that this storm means business. It's moving off to the south at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. So, Baxter, I think you'll still have a little bit of time to kind of start getting a bit of a view off this cell as it pushes its way off to the south. So, but the question is it strong enough for a tornado warning? Now, another good way to actually indicate is to see the red color moving, to see if any brighter colors are moving in toward darker colors of green. And as you can see here, here's that area that picking up right now. It's starting to wrap around some. So going to watch this cell very close as it pushes off to the south. Again, if you're in Putnam County, Jackson County, Overton County, a severe thunderstorm warning for you for Jackson and Putnam County until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, that's probably going to be at the bottom of the hour. So if I were you, I would start planning on going to a basement now, just in case the storm does produce a tornado, or if a funnel cloud is spotted. Now, the other severe thunderstorm warning that was currently issued with this cell has been canceled, but there is still a severe thunderstorm warning for Jackson County as well as for Putnam County. So the storm is going to continue to be monitored. Please pay close attention to later statements, and also for other possible warnings from the National Weather Service. Right now, the good news is there is no tornado warning with this storm. But again, you really don't want to leave. You really don't want to take your guard off of situations like this. This could be a dangerous situation. As you can see, the cell is starting to show the storm circulating around quite a bit. So watch out around the Jackson County area and the Putnam County area. I'm going to continue to leave this cell live as I'm going to watch this cell closely here. All right, folks. Coming back on the radar now, as you can see, there's still a severe thunderstorm warning for Putnam County and the Jackson County area, as well as portions of Overton County. Now, the Overton County severe thunderstorm warning, that was canceled earlier. Now we're starting to pick up another severe thunderstorm warning here, and this is for Jackson County. And pretty soon, I would be expecting this storm to get into Putnam County. Now, the good news is, folks, there is no tornado warning with this storm, but it needs to be monitored closely as there is a powerful storm moving its way to the south. It looks like near Baxter, and pretty soon in through parts of southern Baxter area. So, folks, if you're in the Baxter area, Buffalo Valley area, and let's see here, what else have we got that could be affected by the storm? Areas of little small towns like Bama, just north of Interstate 40 there, Buffalo Valley, and then just north of Baxter. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit closer and pick up some closer detailed cities here. It doesn't look like I can do that. But the area of circulation is headed toward Granville and Chestnut Mound. So if you're in Granville and Chestnut Mound, the storm is moving its way to the south and west towards you. And again, all these supercells is coming right out of Kentucky and moving its way from north to south. Some of these intense, some of them producing some very large hail, some damaging winds, and once again can rule out maybe a tornado, just as I've said in the earlier discussions on Tennessee Storm Watch. So I'm going to remain live on here. If y'all have any questions on the broadcast, you can go and ask me. I won't care to answer those questions. You can get on the broadcast by selecting the camera there, and you can join along with me and talk about it. Tell me about any reports that you might have seen from this particular storm. As of right now, there are no specific reports coming from this storm itself. However, I do expect that to change probably within the next few minutes. We'll see what happens. Okay, now just to let you know, there is a extremely dangerous situation going up near Minnesota for Becker County, Ottertail, Wadena, and Wilkin County. And then you have one for Kitson, Marshall, and Walsh County, a tornado warning there, and possibly one large tornado that's currently on the ground. So that is the only tornado warnings that have popped up. Okay, now as you can see, wow, this is pretty amazing. All right, now earlier we did have the TVS that disappeared, and the other TVS came back on. So this is a pretty good indication, folks, that radar is very serious about this rotation as it moves off to the south. So watch out around Granville, Allgood, Baxter, and Bama. I'm kind of waiting to see if they're going to issue another severe thunderstorm warning, or if they're going to just say, all right, let's go ahead and put out a tornado warning on this storm. We'll find out what happens here, as looks like radar continues within 37 seconds. Got about 5 more seconds on the run, so we'll see if there's anything change and see what may come up. This is a very intense storm system, folks, as it comes out of Jackson County, Gainesboro, and it looks like it's starting to re-intensify, so that's not a good thing. Looks like this storm is now picking up a 2-inch hail core. So not only are we dealing with the possibility of weak rotation, but we're dealing with very destructive hail near the Gainesboro area, Jackson County area, and moving through Putnam County. So for those of you that are in these areas, you need to go ahead, and if you're hearing thunder right now a little bit far off, this is a bad sign. You need to go inside a sturdy building. Stay away from windows, and make sure that if you see a funnel cloud, you need to go to the nearest basement if possible. If you're in a mobile home, it's not a good idea to be in a mobile home in these storms. Mobile homes can overturn rapidly and quickly. I really do appreciate all those that are viewing this storm right now. If you want to share the link that I've just posted on Tennessee Storm Watch, and hopefully we'll get through this storm without there being a tornado warning on this thing. But right now, radar is not very, very limited away from possibly putting one out. So we're going to keep an eye on this cell for the next few minutes. The best thing I could tell you for tornado safety is, you don't want to try to outrun a tornado when it's spotted. You don't want to try to outrun a tornado. Make sure that you stay inside a strong building, a basement, interior room, that sort of protective room, because the winds that are coming toward the house and the debris that is being blown toward the house usually starts at the very south end. So the very south end and the very west end of the house is the one that gets destroyed. But when you move along the north side of the house and stay right near the center part of the room, and maybe in a good well-boxed bathtub, then you're going to be A-okay. I'm not saying you won't get any injuries, but you stand a lesser chance of getting sucked out or possibly getting hit by the storm. And always make sure to carry mattress and some pillows with you as well, as this storm is continuing to move to the south. Now, folks, this isn't the only time we're expecting to see activity like this that you're seeing right now. We'll get a break on Monday. There is a lot about severe weather going on Monday. However, I really don't see too much going on Monday. I'll get into details with that probably at around the best I can tell you is around 8 o'clock or so. That's about the best I can tell you, as long as we get through this little cell going through Jackson and Putnam County. Okay, I now do have a report. Let me see what's going on here with this report. This just had popped up. Okay, folks, look at this. A roof was blown off of a storage facility in Gainesboro. Trees are also down in the city. So getting a report now from Gainesboro in the Cookville area. That is right near that circulation. That's not good, folks. This is a dangerous cell, and what you want to do is prepare yourself immediately for things like this. Matter of fact, if you have lightweight vehicles, you're trying to travel up and down through the mountain areas up near the higher valley, what you want to do is you want to try to keep off of those hot hilly areas, due to the fact that vehicles can actually flip, and winds can knock down tractors as well and flip those over also. So just now got confirmation that there is wind damage over near the Gainesboro area, right near the Jackson area. Excuse me, as this storm continues to move its way south. All right, folks, radar is now picking up a new movement of the storm. It looks like the worst part of the storm now is going to skip Baxter. Now the storm is headed toward Buffalo Valley, and it looks like near the Buffalo Valley area, the Gordonsville area, it looks like that's where the storm is headed. Also a stronger inflow coming in through. You can see the stronger inflow kind of moving through. There you see the drag through the storm, so that's also a good sign the storm is carrying some rotation. As you can see, there already has been a report of a building that was a roof that was just taken off of a building, a shed, and there has been trees that was blown down over the Gainesboro area, the Cookville area, and now the storm continues to move its way off to the southwest. It was moving to the south, now it's moving southwest, so it looks like toward Gordonsville and Carthage area at this time that could see the likely impacts of this storm. So if there's any questions from anyone on the broadcast, feel free to ask. Those of you that are watching live, you can see this is not a fake radar. This is not a fake thing I'm using. It's actually a real radar device that I'm using right now. It's a ground level radar. It tells exactly the ground truth of what is to be going on inside a storm, if there is a storm developing or one is approaching. So it gives all kinds of information, like heavy rain that has fallen, how much heavy rain has fallen, and how many hours have accumulated with heavy rain. It also gives information and important details as if there's any strong inflow winds coming into the storm or any strong outflow winds. Gives a lot of that information with some of these different depths of readings up here, and that's what I love about GR level 3. Although sometimes you can be confused because with storms moving over hilly areas and terrain, it's really kind of hard to tell, especially in between closer to the radar, that it can lose its vision. So, the best thing you need to do is stay on the east side of any cell and watch for that rotation like I'm doing right now. So over near Gainesboro and Chestnut Bound and Granville and near Buffalo Valley is in the path of this storm. It's a very dangerous storm right now, and the likelihood of this storm pushing its way into Baxter is now becoming less, which is good news for you folks in Baxter. However, you may be affected by some parts of the storm. It looks like you could get some heavy rain off of it, some gusty winds, with a very western outer edge here that could produce the tornado if it hasn't already. That is the question. Has it already produced? Because there has been, like I said, reports of wind damage here. And according to the latest report, if I can stop it one more time, let me go ahead and stop it if I can, if no other warning pops up. There you see it, a roof was blown down off of a storage facility. Now, folks, that's strong. You think about those storage facilities, they got some very strong roofs to them. And then, of course, there was trees also down in the city. So a good indication that there could either be, it was caused by a very strong downdraft or possibly some good inflow winds, which can actually usually jerk things off of houses and mobile homes. And that's what kind of brings the thought of a possible tornado near Putnam County. So if it is anything, we should see a tornado warning or something replaced within this severe thunderstorm warning. We'll see what goes on here in the next few minutes. As you can see, I'm remaining quiet. I'm watching the radar itself, and I'm watching for you folks over Gainesboro, Cookville area, and the Buffalo Valley area. We'll see if this goes tornado warned any moment. Now, if you'd like to share this with your friends, bring them on here, especially if you know anyone that's near Putnam County, around the Baxter area or in Gordonsville. This broadcast will help will help you understand that what I do for a volunteer living, if you will, when it comes to tracking these things. I take my time to inform people of what I see and definitely what radar is showing me. And as you can see right now, I'm not going to leave off of this site until the storm has passed on through Cookville and Baxter. Hopefully, we won't see a tornado warned storm on this one, but radar is still continuing to show up to show some very strong inflow coming into the storm. So as you can see, the very center core of the storm continues to rotate. So we're going to have to continue to watch this very closely as it moves off to the south and west. All right, folks, looks like we have another storm developing over near Tracy City and Marion County. Looks like the storm is forming near Jasper. So the storm will likely be headed right straight for the Eastridge area, the Chattanooga area. There are two cells that have developed. One is just over Putnam County. That one's moving off to the southwest and south, while there's another storm that just had formed over Tracy City and moving southeast into Jasper. So most likely areas to be affected by the storm include Lookout Mountain, Marion, Jasper, as well as let's see what else could be affected by the storm. It looks very well like Jasper. People near Marion, Victoria can be affected by this storm now. It's kind of the situation what you all are going to have to be dealing with here, what we all are going to have to be dealing with as you see this outflow boundary pushing its way south and east. More storms start forming more south of that, and you just get that right air, that right movement, that right clash where there really hasn't been much of any rain falling throughout the day, you get storms like this, and they can pop up pretty quick. So be careful if you are going out and about. You want to stay closer to a shelter, stay closer to a stronger inside building, and always remember to stay away from windows just in case lightning is an imminent danger. So once again, there's another storm that is forming over Marion County and Jasper County. This had just picked up a few minutes ago. So we're going to continue to watch the radar, keep you updated, and the severe thunderstorm warning still continues now for northwestern Putnam and Jackson County. At 5:40, the severe thunderstorm is located near Baxter, 10 miles south of Gainesboro, and the storm is nearly stationary. So what you want to do is prepare immediately for large hail, and they're saying go to an interior room or on the lowest floor of a building. So that only means that there could be some possible weak rotation with it, as well as notice that it says some very strong wind damage. So what you want to do is watch out for these storms as they continue to evolve. Hopefully this one will weaken and the tornado threat will lessen from this hail, as it was very intense earlier. It's not as intense now. However, I'm really not going anywhere right now until this storm has dissipated and no longer is a threat to life and property. Keep in mind, I'm also watching the storm over Winchester and Marion right now, as that cell continues to push its way off to the south and east. So, is there any questions from my viewers or anything regarding what you're seeing, what you're seeing with me? Anything at all that comes to mind that you want to talk about on this video regarding these storms, time frames? I'm open for questions. Anyone who has any questions? And there's Mr. 1-inch hail core marker popping up one more time there within that cell. Okay, it looks like the storm here near Gainesboro and Putnam County is now shifting. It was moving toward Gordon's, and right near the DeKalb County area. Now the storm is starting to take off southeast. So as you've seen how intense the storm was coming out of Baxter, or actually coming right out of Gainesboro, it's already taken a roof off of a storage building, and it's hungry for some more unstable air. So might want to kind of watch out around the Sparta area and Doyle area. The storm could track its way a bit east southeast. So that will put Putnam County still out of the danger, but it's going to be a really narrow movement a bit west of Putnam County there. So we're going to continue to use it too. And remember, we'll be sure to notify you right here from the Chattanooga Weather Desk, as well as Tennessee Storm Watch. And for now, folks, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take a break, and I will come back a little bit later on, or I will come back as needed. Remember remember on 8 o'clock or so, I'll be back on here live, bringing more severe weather coverage to you following the expected severe weather the next couple of days. We'll go through that, and also the rest of tonight as well. So stay tuned to Chattanooga Weather Desk and Tennessee Storm Watch. I do appreciate y'all for viewing. I'm still going to be watching the sail as well as the sail moving into Marion and Jasper. Remember that these storms can pop up anytime. Keep your eye to the sky. Keep your eye to the latest alerts, and I will keep you updated of whatever comes across. Have a great evening and stay safe.